Yo, what up everybody? So today I'm bringing you the 10 easiest skateboard tricks there are. Also, if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, leave that thumbs up button and subscribe for more videos, guys. So let's get started. Also guys, I just gotta point this out. Like right before I started videotaping, like legit 2 minutes before, there was this crazy snowstorm. Now that it's so sunny outside. You probably don't believe me, but look right here. See that? It's kind of wet. It was snowing so hard, like it was insane. I don't know why, but it snowed so hard. Now it's kind of sunny outside. So yeah, let's jump right in. Alright guys, so I'm not gonna go into deep detail about these tricks, but I'm gonna basically tell you the basic trick and how it's done. But if you want a detailed review, go on, there's a bunch of them on YouTube. There's Braille does some great ones, so go check them out. I'm just here to inform you about these tricks. Let's get started. Whoop. So the first trick that we're gonna talk about, you're all probably gonna hate me for this, but it's the ollie. Yes, many people are saying that's not easy, that's really hard. It is difficult, I know that. I had to go through that. All the skaters have to go through that first trick, you know. But the ollie, you have to get it down. It's the basis for all the other tricks. Yeah, also there's a different trick that might be easier. It'll be next after this. Alright guys, so basically this trick is 2 steps. 1 step, pop with your back foot. 2nd step, slide with your front foot. So with the pop, your board gets into the air. With the flick, you get it leveled up in the air, and then you land. Alright guys, so for the footing of the ollie, you want your back foot approximately in this area right here for the popping foot. And your front foot, you want it probably like in this section right here. That's a pretty good section to get that good flick. So yeah, let's go on to the next trick. Alright guys, so the next trick is the shove it. Many people find the shove it to be actually easier than the ollie. So if you're having trouble with the ollie, don't worry. You might want to try this trick, the shove it. You might get it easier and quicker, which would help you progress into the ollie. So let's get right into it. Alright guys, so basically for this trick, all you do is you ride, you scoop with your back foot. While you're scooping with your back foot, you lift your front foot up, and while the board rotates 180, and as soon as the board stops rotating that 180, you jump right onto it, and you ride away clean, showing how cool you are. Alright guys, so the footing for this trick is, you want the popping foot, or the scooping foot, yeah, the scooping foot, you want to basically again, pretty much like for the shove it, like in this area right here. And the front foot, just put it wherever you feel like comfortable. Just like probably between like these 2 zones. That's pretty good area for the front foot. But yeah, that's basically it. You just scoop with your back foot, lift your front foot, boom, you land onto it, you ride away looking cool. Let's continue on to the next trick. Whoop. The next trick is the boneless. So the boneless is basically where you ride, you step off with your front foot, you grab with your back hand, the middle of your board, and you you push off with your front foot into the air, you land on your board, and you ride away. So for the boneless grab, you want your back foot to be like around in this area, you know, somewhere comfy for you. I don't know, everyone has a different comfy zone, so yeah, just have it in your perfect comfy zone. Your front foot, probably somewhere in this section too, just like right here, like right below the bolts, also a really comfy area. Just have it in the comfy area. While you're riding, you step off with your front foot, grab it with your back hand, the middle of your board, and you push off with your front leg, mid-air, you put it back on, and you land, and you ride away looking awesome. Let's get into some transition now. The first trick that we're gonna learn on transition is the rock to fakie. Alright guys, so the rock to fakie is when you ride up, get your front trucks over the coping, like this, and you ride back in. This is probably the first trick that you should learn on transition, because it is the basis tricks for all the transition tricks there are out there. For this trick, you want your feet to be, the front foot again, to be like right here, right below the bolts. Your front foot right behind the back bolts. So basically this, or like right on the back 2 bolts. You could do this. Maybe like a bit wider stance. Maybe this would be more comfortable for you. But yeah, you basically, all you do is you ride up on the coping, make sure your feet are really bent, you know, so like you'd have more control over your board. You ride up, get your front trucks to lock into the coping, and then you ride back out. Alright guys, so a big thing for this trick, make sure your legs are bent, like this kind of bent, like so you would have more control when you're going up and down it. And also, if you want, you can have your arms a bit out. It would help you keep the balance, you know. So yeah, that's basically the key for this trick, having your legs bent. Just try to keep that good balance. Bye-bye, board. So if you don't feel really comfortable trying it on a transition right away, you could try it on a bank like this, maybe something not too steep. So you just make sure your front trucks ride over this little, I don't know what it's called, but just make sure like they ride over onto the flat spot, your front chucks, and then you just try riding back in. That should help you a lot into progressing into the trick, guys. So if you're not ready to commit on the transition fully yet, but you got it down on the little bank really good, what I suggest doing then is coming up to the transition, going really slowly on your board, coming up it and going a bit up, not going all the way up, just like maybe like a tiny bit, like whoop, and progressing each time you go. And that would really help you get ready for the coping and feel more committed to it, not be as scared of doing the trick. So now you may be wondering, well, Vlad, I learned how to do the rock to fakie, but what should I do next? Well, next trick that I'm going to talk about, and it is one of the easiest tricks on transition, is the rock and roll. So rock and roll is basically a progression from the rock to fakie, but instead of just going up and back down, go up, you get onto the coping with your front truck, and then you do a 180 back in. So for this trick, the footing is basically the same thing for rock to fakie, wherever you feel comfortable. Probably the same position for your feet as you did the rock to fakie. Maybe a bit different, maybe a little wider, but the only difference between this trick and the rock to fakie is when you get onto the coping. So you lock into the coping. Imagine my hands are coping. You lock in, you're up top, and you do that 180 to go back in. To help you do that 180 movement or the pivot turn on top is basically when you get up there, you want to get those shoulders moving. You want to move those shoulders. Moving those shoulders is what gets your board to turn. So you move your shoulders, and it sends the movement to your hips. And with the hips, the legs move. And with the legs, your board moves, and you go back in. Alright guys, so a little pointer or a little helping tip to help you learn this trick is, like for the rock to fakie, maybe you don't want to go all the way up at first. Maybe you want to go halfway and you do the pivot turn. Maybe you want to go like 1/4 of the way and do the pivot turn. But maybe you're not ready for the top, so just keep doing that, progressing up and up until you could almost get it. And when you feel confident that you got it, you go up there, you lock in, move your shoulders, move that hips, move those legs, and you go back in doing that clean, nice rock and roll. The next trick that you maybe want to learn on transition is the roller coaster. So the roller coaster would be probably your first trick on the transition. It's basically when you go up and with your front truck you grind the coping of the transition. So as you saw right there, when I got to the coping, both trucks didn't go onto it, but only my front truck went on, and it kind of locked in on the top, which is called a roller coaster, guys. So for this trick, the basic foot placement is you want your front foot to right below or right on top of these back bolts, and for your front foot, you basically want it covering these two back front bolts. You know what I mean? These two bolts. Yeah. Alright guys, so when you get to the top, they want to do almost a 180, but like not on the waiting knee. So you come up and you kind of do like a little turn just so your front truck could get locked onto the coping, and there you go. So after you lock in on top of the coping, all you want to do as soon as you feel that's it, you're locked in, you're ready to go back in, but you kind of lean back like a teeny tiny bit and you turn your shoulders in and you go back in and you roll away. Just learned how to do the roller coaster. Next trick that you want to learn on the transition is probably the fakie rock to fakie. This is basically when you're going fakie on your board, you lock in with your back truck on the coping, and then you roll back in. So prior to this trick, you're probably gonna want to know how to roll in on a basic transition thing, and also you'd probably want to know how to ride fakie at least a little bit, because that would definitely help. Those two steps would help you so much and help you learn it much quicker. So for the fake rock to fakie, I know it sounds weird, but I'm not sure the proper name for it, so if you know, comment down below what's the proper name for it. For this trick, the footing is basically the same thing that what you do for rock to fakie, except make your feet a bit wider apart, so your front foot more closer to the nose and your back foot a bit closer to the tail. That would help you just balance off because you're going fakie. but that should help you. Let's go to the next trick. Alright guys, so this trick is, I'm not really sure what the name of it is, but let's call it step off just for this video. So this trick is basically where you're riding, you step off with your back foot, and then you make your board kind of go onto its side, and you drop it back and ride away. This trick would be really nice in some lines, like some skate lines that you're doing, just to make the lines flow better, look better, you know. Alright guys, for this trick, you want your feet to be exactly as if you were riding, just regularly riding, but you want your foot to be a bit off to the edge, and when you're riding, you step off with your back foot, and the board, the board just gets the momentum and it goes onto its side, and you kind of push it back with your ankle, jumping onto it and riding away. So basically this is how it's gonna look, guys. Your front foot is gonna be like right here, or wherever you feel like it's comfortable riding. You're gonna put it like around here, so when you step off, and your back foot could be like right here, anywhere where you feel comfortable riding. And as soon as you step off with your back foot, the pressure on this foot is gonna make the board go like this, sideways, and then with the ankle, you're gonna push it back, making the board go back in, jumping out with your back foot, you ride away. So basically, while riding, this is where I like to have my foot for this trick. My back foot is just riding, and when I step off with this foot, the board goes like this, and then using my ankle, I bring it back and jump on with my back foot to ride away. Let's go on to the next trick. Woo! So this trick is riding off a curb. So this trick is basically what I just said. It's just riding off a curb. It's where you get some speed, there's a little drop, you ride, you lift your nose, you want to kind of lift your nose, so you kind of go into a little manual, just for a little tiny bit, like a millisecond of a manual, and then you just ride off the curb, and you ride away. Make sure those legs are bent, because it's going to help you when you get off the curb to absorb the impact so you wouldn't fall over. Basically, you just ride up, and right before the edge, you do a quick little manual, and then you ride off the curb with those bent legs. Boom, you got that trick. This is gonna be the first trick that you're gonna want to learn off curbs, because it's the basis for every other trick of like ollie off a curb, or shoving off a curb, or 180ing off a curb, or any of the other tricks. This is gonna be the basis trick for all of them. So when starting off learning this trick, you obviously don't want to go and do like a 3-foot drop or 3-foot curb. You want to start off small. Start off with the smallest curb at your skate park or wherever you are. Look for the smallest curb. Start off there. Get comfortable with that, and then you progress each time. Just after the smallest one, get a little bigger. Then get a little more bigger, and then eventually you'll be able to do those 3-foot drops, like I said. But yeah, always make sure to progress. Don't ever go and do it on the biggest thing. Always start off small, and you progress up. Let's head into our last and final trick. All right, everybody. So the next trick is the board slide. The board slide, in my opinion, is one of the easiest tricks on a curb or a rail. This trick is the basis trick. Every other trick, like the lip slide, or the nose slide, or the tail slide, this is the basis tricks for all of them. Even the 50-50, you'd probably want to learn the board slide first, then go into the 50-50. So guys, the footing for this trick is you're gonna want to have your feet just like you're gonna have for an ollie, because for this trick, you want to learn you want to know the ollie, kind of, because you're gonna kind of ollie onto the ledge or the curb or where you're learning it on. Alright guys, so a big caution thing for this trick is definitely be careful not to slip out. Many people, when they get into the board slide, they lean too back and they slip out. Or they have their legs too straight and they slip out because of that too. So make sure when you get onto it, you stay level. Your shoulders stay over your board, and your legs are going to be bent just to make sure you don't slip out as easily. You'd have more control that way over the board. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed, leave that thumbs up button and subscribe for more videos, guys. Also, comment down below what you would want to see next. Catch you in the next video, guys. Peace out.